Hey guys, it's Leslie and welcome back to my channel. It is Friday, almost the end of June, and I just figured I would do my wrap up. I am outside because my family is all home and they're loud, and we're just gonna try to do this quick. Hopefully my neighbors don't think I'm crazy, but well, they probably already think we are a crazy family. So I'm just gonna go over the books that I read for the month and readings. That's basically what a wrap-up is, isn't it? And I also got this new mug from Target with Mickey on it. Super cute. I don't know why I'm drinking hot coffee in like soon to be 90 plus heat index 105 degree weather. And I'm going away this weekend with my girlfriends and I'm really excited about that. We're gonna go on like a wine tour and just chill, hang out. So that'll be fun. Let's get into the books. The first book I finished in the month was a memoir, an authorized memoir, I guess is what you would call it. I don't really know what the correct term is, but it's written by somebody else, but it's still categorized as a memoir as far as I know. But it's called Conversations with Major Dick Winters. This is a, well, Dick Winters was the main kind of guy that you follow in Band of Brothers, and so it's like conversations with him as when he's much older in life, so like he's 70s, 80s, I think, 80s probably. And I really liked it. I super admire Dick Winters. I think just his leadership capabilities and his outlook on life and just what it means to kind of be a good person and a hard worker. I just really like those aspects of him, so I really enjoyed this memoir, and I did listen to it on audiobook, which is a pretty common theme with the books that I read this month. I only read 3 physical books, which are actually 2 graphic novels and 1 children's book. So, you know, call me a cheater if you want, that's fine, but I pretty much only did audiobooks. The second book I read in the month was The Journey That Saved Curious George. This is the kids book that I talked about in another video, and I really like it. If you have young kids, I highly recommend it. If you have, or if you're a fan of Curious George or interested in the story of Curious George, I say check it out. And both of those books I gave 5 stars too. The next book I finished was GI Brides by Duncan Barrett, and this is another World War II nonfiction, just following the lives of 4 British women who marry American GIs during World War II and just their life after the war. And I really liked this. I thought it was super interesting, mostly as like a commentary on marriage and just following the lives of couples as they go through ups and downs and just recovering after a major war. So I really liked it. I did give it 4 stars. The next books I read were the graphic novels that I talked about. I read Paper Girls Volume 2 and 3, and I don't know. This series is weird. It doesn't explain a lot. The art is really cool, and because they're, you know, take like a half an hour to read at the very most, they are fun enough. Like, it's so different than anything I read that there's some intrigue there, but I just don't, like, there's no questions being answered. Like, stuff just happens and it doesn't make any sense, but maybe that's the point. I can't see why that would be a point, but I don't know. It's cool enough, but I think I might be too old to relate or something. The next book I read was Dead Wake, The Last Crossing of the Lusitania. This is by Erik Larson, same author of Devil in the White City, which is a very popular book. And I really liked this. I mean, Erik Larson is a very good writer. I mean, I guess you call him, what, narrative nonfiction? So it just is like a really interesting take of nonfiction. It's not just like reading a history book or something. You're really invested in the people and the lives that whatever topic he's exploring touches. And in this, you're talking about a ship that sunk at the beginning of World War I, that was sunk by a German U-boat. And you follow not only the boat, like sort of like a Titanic kind of story where you're meeting the passengers, but this one also has a lot, or uses the perspective of the German U-boat captain. Is that what you call him? I guess. And that, or commander, they call him a commander, so the commander of the U-boat, and his perspective and just what he was supposed to do was just really, really interesting. And you know, why that set off basically America's involvement in World War I. And I don't know, I really, really enjoyed it. I thought some of the stories were so interesting, and just following along with the passengers was really interesting, and I thought that was fun. And it definitely is reminiscent of Titanic, so if you like that movie or you're interested in the history of the Titanic, you probably would like Dead Wake. I did give that 4 stars as well. And the last book I finished for the month was Uncommon Type by Tom Hanks, and this is a set of short stories written by the actor Tom Hanks, and I did listen to this on audiobook because who wouldn't want to listen to Tom Hanks narrate his own book? And I really liked it. I will also say that I'm not super well versed in short stories. I've only read one other, which is Redeployment by Phil Clay, I think, and I didn't love it. That was the first short story collection I've ever read, so maybe I just didn't get it. And I did listen to that one on audio, and truthfully I don't think I really knew that it was short story when I first started listening to it, so I probably was like super confused until like the 3rd story when I figured out that they were all different. But I thought that this was really imaginative. Like, I don't know how deep short stories are supposed to be. I don't know if there's supposed to be some big meaning or what, but I feel like I connected with the stories. I really like the characters, and of course if you're gonna listen or read a Tom Hanks book, just listen to the audiobook, because the way he can basically voice act all his characters is so great. And I really liked it. It was super heartwarming. Most of the stories were really funny. There were a couple that were sad, but I don't know, they felt like real people, and I felt like it was like I could connect with those characters. So you know, it's different for everybody, because I know that this has gotten kind of mixed reviews and probably more bad than good, but I liked it. So if you're a Tom Hanks fan, or you like short stories, or you just want to try something new, I recommend it. And I did give it 4 stars. And that's all I read this month. For not thinking it was a very good reading month, I think it's okay. I still read quite a few, and I'm cool with that. I'm gonna put up a TBR video next week, and I know July has the biennial bibliothon, which I did in January. I'm gonna do that in July, which I'm looking forward to, although I think the video challenges are a little bit harder, so we'll see how that goes and how creative I can be. But anyway, I hope this audio is okay. Hopefully you can hear me, and that's it. Well, I hope you have a really great weekend. If you're living in the eastern side of the country, don't get heat stroke, stay cool, get your fluids in, and I will talk to you next week. Bye.